Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to vlog number 27. Today's Sunday. Today we're going to be doing our volunteer work. We have nothing lined up on schedule. Today's just going to be for us to pick up bulk items for free. Now, I do this in order to spread my brand and to help the community as well. But whenever you're a business and you're in a position to go ahead and do things, for free or help people out, I think it's really good that you do that. That way you could, spread your brand, and it could open up new opportunities for you and your business. And it's just, it's a nice thing to do if you enjoy doing it and if you have the time to do it. So I finally made time to go ahead and do it. Right now we have about 4 pickups lined up, which really is not much. And I've ran an ad, I created videos, and what I ended up finding out is that not a lot of people will go with the free pickup because I guess maybe they don't have time, or they don't really think about it, or they don't know, they're unsure. So they want to see others do it. So basically, this is my first year doing it. So we did our spring, we're doing our summer. So as years continue to go and go and go, we should be getting more and more people be willing to do the free pickup, or even, know about us. And it also opened up an opportunity for me recently where I was contacted by the Chamber of Commerce and people in my area to work with them. So that's a pretty good thing, because now they know who we are, they know who I am, and they're willing to contact me, and they like what I'm doing for the community. So that's a huge plus. So I highly recommend that you do something like this for your community if you're in business or you plan on being in business. Again, that way it's basically like free advertising and you're helping people out. So it's a win-win. All right, so it's supposed to start raining at 12 o'clock, so I need to go ahead and do my best to try to beat the rain and finish up our routes. I did want to make time to go ahead and make a video or two. I wanted to do a video about basically the tools you should have in your truck, and basically like a walkthrough of what we have in this truck, because I know I've gotten some questions on what kind of tools should you have and everything like that. So I want to go ahead and show you guys here later on. But first, got to finish the volunteer work, beat the rain, and then hopefully we have time. All right, so the first pickup is going to be a sofa. It's just one sofa, one bulk item per household. We're in east of town. It's in a really good neighborhood. It's just the alley is overgrown with weeds. It's like a jungle. You're good all the way. Okay, so we just finished that pickup. The lady was really nice, and what ended up happening is I ended up giving her a quote on a job that she'll probably be calling me back later on. Now, what ended up happening is she hired some contractors, probably off of Facebook or somewhere, and they came and I guess cut down some tree branches, and we're supposed to load them up and haul them away, but they ended up just dumping them right in her backyard, behind her backyard in the alley area, all along her fence line. It was going to be about a full load. I quoted it at $600. Since it was going to be a full load, it would take quite a bit of work. There was weeds overgrowing everything, which I think was a pretty good deal, but it was way out of her budget. So then I lowered the cost by splitting the job in half. So basically, let's go ahead and get this section for $280, and then we'll get the other section later on. And she was happy with that, but she just has to wait. So I'm happy that I was able to help her remove a big couch that was in her back patio area. So now she has room, to hang out or whatever in her back patio. But anyways, after I do these pickups, I'm gonna send everyone a link where they can leave me a review, because I did provide a service, no matter if it was free or if they paid. Reviews are very, very important for your business, because people really look at that stuff. Just like if you were going to go to a restaurant or somewhere, more than likely you look at the reviews to see what to expect, or if you get a hotel room, you look at the reviews, right? So this lady, even though she did a free pickup service, she said she went and looked at all my reviews and said that there was nothing but good things about us. So that made her even feel more comfortable with allowing us to show up to her home. But anyways, we're about 10-15 minutes away from our next pickup. The next pickup is going to be a tree, a small tree, not like a huge tree. The guy already sent me pictures. This tree is probably about 10 to 12 foot tall. It's a really thin tree. It's probably about that thick around the, so I'm just gonna cut it right in half and then throw it in the dumpster, and that's it. It's a really, really easy pickup. It's in a really nice neighborhood as well. So more than likely, again, this is to spread my brand. He's gonna talk about us like, oh man, yada, yada, yada. Hopefully I get a review and I'm helping the community at the same time. So it's a win-win. All right, so we're here at the next pickup, the second pickup. Really nice property. That has a shop, big old trailer, nice house. Really nice neighborhood. Anyways, we're picking up a tree. So again, I said the tree wasn't that big. So, oh shit, oh god damn. Almost rolled an ankle. All right, so here's the tree. There you have it. Chop it up. The next two pickups are gonna be on the same side of town. So I basically made a route. So I'm starting from the east side of town, and I'm gonna work my way over to the west side of town. And if I get more calls, then we'll go ahead and take care of them after the last two pickups. But so far it looks like that's gonna be it. So last two pickups are refrigerators. All right, just finished up picking that refrigerator. We load them towards the end, that way the tarp can go right over them, so we can still stand them up straight and have no issues. It saves room, makes it a lot easier to load and unload. All right, so we're here on the last pickup. It's gonna be a refrigerator. It's sitting in the backyard, so we're gonna have to use the dolly. The other last refrigerator we picked up was right off the curb. I was able to back up to it and then just tilt it onto the trailer. It was a lot easier. This one we're gonna have to use a dolly and pull it out of the backyard. All right, so now my area is flooded. The whole city basically is gonna get flooded. So even with just a little bit of rain, it's crazy, but it's supposed to rain all week. So let's see how the week turns out. Hopefully we end up, getting more jobs if things don't reschedule and slow things down. But just in case if it does, there's things that I could be doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and work in my home office, and I'll show you guys what I'm gonna be up to. Oh, and I was gonna make a video, but as you can see, there's a puddle and it's flooding here and the weather's really terrible, so I can't go ahead and make a video of basically the ins and outs of my truck, of what I carry and what you should carry or whatever. But later on I'll make that video. But we'll see what we can go ahead and do in the home office to go ahead and give you an idea of what it's like. All right, so I'm getting ready to go ahead and make a video for YouTube. Since I'm not able to go outside and make a video, about the trucks and tools and stuff like that, I've been really thinking about this video that I'm about to make. Basically, it's gonna be for, younger guys, younger people that want to start a business or start a junk removal business or trash business. I think I'm gonna call it starting a trash business in your 20s. Because I'm 24 years old, and I started my business when I was 22. And when I was 15, 16, 17, I was really interested in starting my own business. When people would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would always tell people I want to be a boss. And so when I got my first job, I worked really hard, and I was able to, become a crew leader at the age of 16, 17. I was in charge of my own crew of other adults that were in their 20s or 30s that were, came along as movers. And so that, with my work ethic and everything like that, I really wanted to be the hardest worker in the room, to work my way up to being in a position of management or, boss. And that never happened, because as I got older and I ended up, moving along to other jobs, getting into the oil field, a lot of people, were a lot older. They were in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and they were in these positions that I wanted to be in. And I had no schooling. College really wasn't for me. I didn't really see a need to go to school, and I barely made it through high school. So I knew that my hard work was, everything that I had was my work ethic. So I was always the hardest worker, and I was able to be put in positions where I was right next to the boss, you know, the manager or the truck pusher or whatever, the truck driver. I was always right next to them and they were teaching me. And I was way too young, you know, I was 18, 19, 20. And I was way too young and I didn't have the experience of what it took to, you know, be in a position to manage other people being that young in that type of a field. And so at 21, I ended up going to another company and they were basically promising me or telling me that, you know, their business was going to grow and that there was management positions that were going to be available. And basically, you know, I could have that position as long as I stayed with them and I worked hard and whatever, right? So I ended up staying at that company and the company was growing. I worked my ass off. I was able to save up a lot of money in a short period of time, or I say short period. In a couple months, I was able to save up to almost $20,000 in cash. And then everything changed once I found out I was going to have my first child. So I started really thinking about my life and realized if I stay working at the job that I'm currently at, I won't hit that position, boss level, till I was either 25 to over 30 is when people would take me more seriously, because at 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, whatever, people are not going to take you seriously because you're young. You're a young adult, you're a young guy, and even with college or any of that stuff, people are not going to take you seriously because you're a young guy, and you know the owners, you know, 40 something, 50 something, all the sales guys are over 30. You know, my boss was like in his 30s, 40s, and you know everybody knew I had it, but they're just too young. You know, you just don't. You know, even at that time, now that I'm 20, about to be 25 here in a couple days, I look back at when I was 20, 22 and the things I was doing and everything like that. And I totally understand it now. But anyways, I had my first child, opened up my eyes. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be at this job for the next 5 to 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And it's not guaranteed that I'm going to hit that position and that pay, even if I work my ass off and I hate what I'm doing. But you know, I never quit anything in my life. So I started my business, right? And invested my money in myself. And then I got fired from my job because my work ethic started to drop, or I was losing a lot of sleep, and I was doing that job and running a business, and it was very noticeable, and they ended up finding out what I was doing. And you know, at first they were like, oh, that's cool and whatever, but I went all in and into it, and they ended up firing me for it. They ended up making up, you know, bullshit reasons to fire me or whatever, but hey, it is what it is. It was a great experience, and here I am now. And I went through a whole lot of other shit, but that's a whole nother video. But anyways, I want to make this video for guys that are in their 20s, because I was in that position, and I'm now in a position in my 20s, going into my late 20s, and I'm creating these videos. And I know some of you guys are around the same age, or maybe younger or older. It really doesn't matter. But like, I know a lot of guys that are probably like around my age, and you know, you may be having things going on in your life. You may feel the same way as I do. And I know our generation, I think we're what, millennials or something like that. We get a lot of flack for our generation, being that a lot of, I guess, feel entitled and, you know, respect and stuff like that and whatever. But I would say a lot of us as well are very, we're open-minded, and we're hard workers, and we're just like any other generations previous before us, that, you know, we want to work hard, have the American dream, and have a family, and be able to be happy with our lives. And a lot of us are willing to do whatever it takes to get to that point, and be willing to sacrifice and hard work. And we're not entitled. I mean, you could be entitled at 50 years old. You could be working a job 30, 40, 50 years and never hit that position and feel entitled that you should be in a position that you're in, but you're not. You know, it goes both ways. So, yeah, so I want to make that video. But I'm going to jump into this video. This video is probably going to end up becoming a longer video than it should, this vlog, as I say. So I want to go ahead and end this vlog. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate it. Again, I'm going to be making that video. So if you want to watch more of my videos, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to see all my newest content. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much. I'll see you at the next one, all right?